Hello everyone and welcome to GESC Thailand. We have the grand finals of the Southeast Asian qualifier between TNC and Fnatic, and it's a best of 5. This is going to be a super epic series. I honestly am putting my money on TNC because we know that TNC, they have had a very stable performance as a team so far, whereas for Fnatic, you can say they've had a couple of lumps and bumps here and there. They've tried a bit of a roster change with Adam, didn't quite work out at Star Ladder, so they've switched back to Pielighter, who is now captaining the team after his return. So it seems like the team, they are trying to experiment with things, and we saw that they did win their match versus Clutch the other day. But this is going to be a whole new animal. Can they take down the Filipino powerhouse? We'll have to see. I definitely think they have the potential to do so, but they may need to play a lot better than they did versus Clutch. Not to say that Clutch was a bad team, but we can say that TNC, they are a proven team that has a lot of international experience. So let's look into the draft so far. TNC going to be opening up with the Nature's Prophet, whereas for Fnatic, they're going to first pick the Sand King as they managed to get first pick. And for Fnatic, they have been picking up the Sand King a lot more. We did see them pick it up versus Clutch. Played a really good Sand King in that matchup. Whereas for TNC, I haven't really seen many TNC games outside of the last couple of LANs that they did. I actually want to know how TNC does within the Southeast Asian community, if they are still as dominant as they are in the international scene, or if things change up a little bit, because let's face it, Dota in Southeast Asia, it's a lot different to Dota internationally. You just see so many gimmicks, so many cheeky plays, and we still have that signature head-on fighting Dota in our blood. We don't play that passive style of Dota. Unless, I guess there are some rare circumstances where it does happen, but I don't think you're going to be getting that from TNC, just because they're running a Night Stalker and a Nature's Prophet. So, global teleportation, lots of pushing as well, plus you have the early game pressure of a roaming Night Stalker. So, nighttime, going to be a pretty big problem here for Fnatic. Sand King is a hero that does rely quite a bit on vision, and a Night Stalker is going to severely cripple what the Sand King can do, unless the team manages to compromise this with some sort of vision. I know that one hero that just recently got a huge buff in terms of vision against a Night Stalker was Phoenix. Phoenix with Sand King, I don't think I would mind it, but it's not the strongest support duo. But the Supernova daytime might be a good thing to do against the Night Stalker, just to prevent that nighttime from having as much impact as I would like. Great anti-team fight as well, if you think about it. Supernova, great anti-team fight. But instead, they're going to go in the direction of this Beastmaster for Universe. We saw him play this yesterday. Played a great Beastmaster as well. I don't want to say it was an outstanding Beastmaster. He's definitely seen better days, but this game could be a different animal. But the vision from the Hawk will be useful during the day and night cycle, as it will help spot out some of these ganks. The Boar are going to be helping with the push, as well as that random summon that he gets. And any heroes that TNC wants to pick that's going to pick up a BKB or has some sort of magic immunity will have to worry about the Primal Roar. So already, Fnatic, they have 2 very, very strong disables and great push, whereas for TNC, their push is the Nature's Prophet. Their disables not as strong as Fnatic. Burrow Strike and Primal Roar, they're going to be able to kill off heroes quite easily with this, whereas for Fnatic, for TNC, their disable is primarily in the Night Stalker Crippling Fear and the Void. But I want to see what's going to be happening. Fnatic banning out the Luna, so worried about a Luna aura popping up with the Nature's Prophet Treants for that push. Also getting rid of the Life Stealer. I thought they would let the Light Stealer through considering they picked up the Beastmaster, but I suppose they didn't really want to have to worry about global TP Life Stealer bombs. Also, Life Stealer bomb Night Stalkers are not really the best thing to go against either. And TNC going to go for a Phantom Assassin as their core. Really love the Phantom Assassin pick. She is one of those heroes that if she gets lucky with the RNG, she can get those crits in. The daggers, they also do quite a bit of damage, especially as the game goes later and later and they start critting. And PA is going to be relying on a BKB. That is the one thing we need to note here. And they have the Primal Roar to be able to lock the PA down during that BKB duration. But the good news so far is that Fnatic don't have the best magical damage for killing off a PA yet. PA during the early game, very vulnerable to magical damage. Physical damage, she does fall back to the blur a little bit, so there is some sort of defensive mechanism for her there, but magical damage is going to be key for that early game if Fnatic want to take down that PA. So for Fnatic, I'm wondering if they decide to pick up EE's hero here. They do like to pick up his cores relatively early. And they go for Leshrac. So I'm assuming this is going to be an Abed Leshrac. Pretty good hero though. I was saying that they needed magical damage to nuke down the PA. Leshrac definitely fits in that department. Also a great pusher with the Diabolic Edict. And he's quite fast as well, so the PA gonna have some trouble outrunning him. Although, the one thing I'm worried about here for the Leshrac is that if the PA gets sufficient farm, the PA is just gonna be able to jump on top of Abed time and time again, because Leshrac doesn't have the best defensive mechanisms. If he gets a split off, if the split earth off, then that's great. It will buy him a little bit of time. But PA, she's one of those heroes that just latches on like a mosquito. You try and run away, you stun her, but dagger, crazy slow, jumps on top of you, gets a couple of hits in, and there's bound to be a crit in there. So it seems to me that Fnatic, they're going to have to play this really, really fast, because the way that TNC is lining up their heroes, they're aiming for a pretty late game to mid to late game timing, because you now have the minus armor from the Slaughter, benefits the PA a lot, benefits the Night Stalker as well, benefits the Nature's Prophet. If they get a minus armor onto this Leshrac, PA could sneeze on Abed and that'll be the end of him. I'm just trying to think, does EE play Leshrac? Okay, is this an Abed Leshrac? I'm sorry, this has to be an Abed DK. So is this an EE Leshrac? I thought they may consider put the Leshrac mid, but then again, TNC, they haven't picked up their mid hero yet.
10 seconds.
Excuse me guys, my throat's not 100% today. Hopefully the game will make it 100%. That is my one hope right now. Please make this game 100%. Got some very interesting lineups coming up though, but Fnatic, I will say that their push is amazing. You have a DK, you have a Leshrac Diabolic Edict, you have the Beastmaster with the push on the aura. TNC, I gotta say TNC's push not looking that great anymore. It's just mostly the Nature's Prophet. And TNC's lineup, they don't have any heroes that are going to be able to pick up a Desolator, so they can't chew through towers that way either. Don't really have a Necro hero unless they want to use the Nature's Prophet as that Necro hero. But then again, just worried the Necro units will just die immediately to all of this nuke AoE damage coming out from Fnatic. Very single target oriented here for TNC. This is not a horribly bad thing for TNC. They will melt through this DK. They can melt through Fnatic heroes. It's just a matter of, can they survive through the initial AoE burst disables from Fnatic? Because Fnatic, they have 4 disables on the map right now. Dragon Tail, Split Earth, Primal Roar, Burrow Strike. Lots of disables, whereas for TNC, it's a crush. Their main disable right now is a crush. They can use the Sprout to lock someone down, and then they get another disable. So CK going to be picked up for EE. So this is a support Leshrac? Or is it support Beastmaster? So mid DK, I'm assuming this is a support Leshrac. Universe offlane Beastmaster, EE's Chaos Knight. This lineup from Fnatic, color scheme of Fnatic on point. All red, blue in the middle, really cool. TNC, their color rating is a little bit low, but we will let that slide. Mid hero though for TNC, unless they decide to put the Phantom Assassin mid versus the DK. Phantom Assassin will be able to farm mid, although she will not appreciate the Flame Breath from the Dragon Knight. She will not appreciate that at all. Gotta say, after seeing this lineup here for Fnatic, at first when I saw the 4 heroes, I was just like, oh, if this is core Leshrac Beastmaster DK, wasn't really feeling it. But then after changing this to a core Chaos Knight instead, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it a lot more. This last pick really rounded it out quite nicely for Fnatic. A little farm heavy though, if I do say. Fnatic's lineup, they do need a lot of farm. Sand King as a support needs some decent farm. Chaos Knight needs farm as well. DK, not too bad. Leshrac is a hero that definitely needs farm, and Beastmaster to a certain degree at least needs one item. So yeah, Universe Beastmaster, it's going to be a support Leshrac Sand King. I want to know what DJ is going to be playing. Armel going to be getting that Shadow Fiend though. They did need a very strong mid laner with some sort of nukage, some sort of early game pressure. Shadow Fiend does fulfill that role, but I am worried he's just going to get stun locked to no end. There is so much disable on the side of Fnatic that he could just get stunned and killed off straight away. And it looks like Pilot are going to be taking the Leshrac, whereas DJ will be getting his Sand King, same as yesterday. You know, I'm really feeling this Fnatic lineup. I'm really feeling it. Execution-wise for Fnatic, very, very simple. You stun someone, you kill someone. Whereas for TNC, a lot more complicated. Have to avoid all the disables, need to lock someone down, need to burst them down. And Fnatic's lineup, their cores are tanky heroes. All of their cores are tanky. Whereas for the supports, DJ's a Sand King, very, very elusive, going to be difficult to catch. Pilot Leshrac, he's going to be the easiest hero to kill off. Man, Fnatic's lineup, I gotta say their lineup is looking very, very scary. But this is TNC. They might be able to pull something out of the hat. We don't really know. But this stun heavy, push heavy lineup from Fnatic is just absolutely crazy. It's everything that you wanted in a lineup. I really feel like TNC may have had a slightly better chance if they maybe picked a different core outside of the PA, picked something with some sort of cleave. Luna was banned. They could have maybe considered picking up Luna, would have given them some AoE team fight, given them push and aura. TNC, show us what you got. They really got to show me what's up. I really want to see this. But anyways, we are in the middle of the game right now, so let's start off with TNC. On the Radiant side, we have Tims on the Solada, Armel on his Shadow Fiend. Up into the top lane, Sam H is going to be on the Night Stalker. We have Cuckoo on the Nature's Prophet, and finally we have Raven on the Phantom Assassin. On the side of Fnatic, on the Dire side for today, we have Eternal Envy on his CK. I thought his horse would have some more cosmetics, but he's just got the golden shield. We have DJ on his Sand King, Pilot on the Leshrac in the middle lane, Abed on the DK, and down towards the bottom we have Universe on his Beastmaster. So we'll have to see what's going to be happening. We do have some trees. These are not really trees, it's like a mushroom scouting out the jungle here for TNC. This is the benefit of running that Nature's Prophet. Have some free walking observer wards. They will expire now, but he sent 2 more out. Looks like we're going to have an invade here from Fnatic. 3 heroes going to be taking over this top rune. Be pushing Sam H out, but TNC, they have their own plans. They're going to be getting their own 2 runes.
This should make my life
So it's
easier.
going to be an even trade regardless.
A soldier's fortune.
I should have drank some water. It's alright. I'll grab some water after this. It's fine. So, offlane Night Stalker. To be completely honest, not really a big fan of the offlane Night Stalker. Simply because the Night Stalker in the offlane role can be outperformed by a lot of other heroes. I actually may have preferred the Nature's Prophet to go into the offlane role, but maybe just too worried that he can get jumped on by a Sand King Chaos Knight combination. Very understandable. Except Pilot getting pushed out. The dual lane here in the middle lane for TNC. So they want to ensure that Armel gets those couple of souls early so that he can farm against this DK. Abed not looking too healthy. He's only got the 1 point into his Breathe Fire. He will be able to get another point into that later on. But he's got that 1 point into Dragon Blood. So the healing, the armor, they will start to accumulate for Abed. Bottom lane though, bit of a struggle for both sides. Lots of pressure. You've got lightning from a Leshrac. You have the axes coming out from Universe. Has not gone for any of his Call of the Wild yet. So he's holding on to points from that Call of the Wild.
Not for you.
But this PA, more or less, she is farming. So she is not being stopped at all. If anyone that's being harassed though, I gotta say EECS, thought it would be a little bit higher than this, but because Tims has rotated into this top lane to help out Sam H, it has halted EE's attempts to farm.
You give nothing.
And this is a very tanky duo as well, Slardar and Night Stalker. So if they're not careful, one of the heroes from Fnatic could potentially drop. But then again, they're all tanky heroes. They're all tanky, they all have some sort of disable. They're all going to be able to fight. Gotta say, very impressed with Abed's attempts in the middle lane to farm. He is doing a phenomenal job so far, farming with the Breed Fire. 9 CS compared to the 12. 13 of the Shadow Fiend. He is being harassed quite a bit by Armel. And let's just say, harassing as a Shadow Fiend, if you get those 2 raises, the bonus damage you get really starts to pile up, even though you're a DK with that extra HP regen. Looks like the lane's going to fall into more of a passive mode here. Mostly that's bottom lane on the receiving end of a lot of harassment. And the CS between Universe and Raven is equal. So no one is leading the CS in this lane. It's more or less an equal trade-off. DJ in the meantime has found an invisibility rune. So we could see an attempt on one of these 2 heroes, but with Tims and Sam H so close together, I don't really see an opening available. Going on to Armel would be a better situation, but Abed is just so low on HP that if he gets hit with the triple raise, he is going to die. This is level 2 as well, but they're going to be bringing in the Leshrac, so Burrow Strike initiation. There is a Dragon Tail from Abed. They need to follow up with the stun. Pilot Eye, he misses the stun by just a tiny bit. Tries to throw the lightning to slow him down, but Armel runs away. They cancel the TP on the Slardar, and that's going to be a failed gank attempt from Fnatic. They needed that split earth to land from Pilot Eye, but just on the edge, Armel was fine. But Pilot Eye is going to keep on chasing. Well, I gotta say, very ballsy. Very ballsy from the Disco Pony, but I think I know what they're trying to do here. They're trying to push Armel back into DJ, who wants to Burrow Strike. Going to run in towards the side. Armel is in a lot of trouble. The first TP from the side got cancelled. Burrow Strike is there. They fully commit onto Armel. 3 heroes camping mid till they finally healed him. So Fnatic finding success. This did open up the other side lanes. And things are not easy in the top lane because it looks like they brought in Cuckoo just to make sure that Sam H gets this farm, and EE is struggling. His CS 14 compared to this Night Stalker, who's also 14, but it looks like they're going to try and 3-man gank Eternal Envy because they saw the TP from Pilot Eye into that mid lane. They still have DJ here. He has a Burrow Strike available if he needs to use it. They're going to try and turn this around. 2-man Burrow Strike. EE going to get the hit onto Cuckoo. He will fall first. They throw the trees up. They have this vision on DJ. He's going to have a Burrow Strike in 3 seconds, but will he be able to survive in time? 1 second. He's got the Burrow Strike available. He fouls. He's going to Burrow Strike. They're going to keep chasing. Sam H has got a void. He will take him down, and that's 2 heroes taken for free in this top lane. No TP, unfortunately, from the Disco Pony as he went down to the bottom lane to help out Universe. Looks like EE has TP'd in. He gets a crit, though, onto Tims, but look at these treants chasing him away. Does not commit the Tims. If he got 2 more hits in, he would have been able to kill him. If he got another crit in, that would have been a definite kill. But it looks like for now, no return kills for Fnatic, as everyone on the side of TNC will be retreating back towards the shrine or onto the rune, wherever they want to go. Mid lane has been a little bit quiet since that gank. Some free farming time here for Armel, who is 33 with 10 denies compared to Abed, who's sitting at 27 CS. Not focusing on any denies. Abed's been focusing mostly on the CS for now, and this is pretty much all that he can do. There's no way he's going to be able to out-deny a Shadow Fiend, considering the discrepancy in damage. Looks like Pilot Eye has been spotted out by the PAs. They do know that there's an Observer Ward in the jungle somewhere, but they don't exactly know where. And it looks like Abed going to be jumped on. Got a TP in from Cuckoo as well, but can they fully commit to Abed? They've got Universe here with a haster, and then there's a Burrow Strike from DJ who just TP'd in. They get 1 kill. They're going to get another one. And Cuckoo, TP on cooldown for 15, his own TP on cooldown for 35. He's going to go down, doesn't even get to deny himself, and that was a great response from Fnatic, getting all 3 heroes, and they managed to keep Abed alive in a very convincing manner. So Fnatic, very good job at punishing the early game aggression here from TNC. TNC, they're forced to play in this manner because their lineup
Radiant's
will
middle
not
tower
be able
is
to
under
compete
attack.
with Fnatic during this mid-game transition. Mid-game transition is going to be smooth sailing for Fnatic because they have a lot of heroes that peak quite early. And they do sort of need the farm, but they're not as farm dependent as TNC right now. They need to farm up Armel, they also need to farm up Raven, and there's a lot of pressure on this Night Stalker to perform. Sam H, his job right now is to just be their mid-game tempo controller with the rest of the team. But so far, don't really see Sam H being able to do anything. It looks like he's just trying to push out Eternal Envy. So, more farm for the Night Stalker, less farm for the CK. Things are looking quite rough. And we could see some more rough action in this middle lane. Pilot Eye going to show himself to Tims. There are 3 heroes here, and DJ has, again, I don't know if it was an invisibility or a smoke. I think it was a smoke. Gonna head into this whole plane to kill off Sam H, but Sam H, he sees this coming. He's trying to run away. He's got the courier coming to deliver his phase boots. Is he running away, or was that for phase boots? He's got a ward. Is there a ward? There is no ward. They don't know where this is, although the Nature's Prophet did feint a TP here. And it looks like, for now, they might think there's a ward here. It looks like TNC, they think they planted a ward next to the shop. Is there a sentry on Tims? He's got one coming.
Invisibility.
Going down towards the bottom lane. Looks like for now Raven has managed to control his lane by himself. He's also level 6 as well, so he's going to start getting the coup de grace off. And the coup de grace on the PA. If you're not careful, it could be a pretty easy kill. Pilot Eye, though, spotting out Raven in the jungle. Now, between the two of them, will they be able to kill off Raven? They will reveal with the lightning. Pai's got 2 points into the stun as well. TP coming out. Again, another stun off. Now, Raven, will he be able to jump out? This Centaur was a bit of a problem, but they don't have the damage to take him down. The axes don't kill off Raven. He's still alive. And TNC gonna act as their guardian, keeper of the PA. And Raven TP's out to safety. To the shrine. He will heal up. May even come back to this bottom lane to try and go for a revenge kill. Absolutely could with Tims. But that kill attempt, very, very close. Almost killing off Raven. Nice fortify. Going to prevent that one hit from Arbit. Onto the tower. And it looks like they want to jump onto Arbit here. They even TP and Cuckoo as well. This dragon, is he stuck here? Look at the 2 TP responses though. Dragon Tail onto Armel. No razors for you, they say. Twilight Eyes here. Misses the split earth yet again. We're going to try and jump onto Sam H. But this is a Night Stalker. He's a relatively fast hero. Can't get the void off onto DJ. Sits in the sandstorm. And that'll diffuse the situation for now. Free lane in the bottom lane in the meantime for Tims. Looks like for now Tims wants to just hit that level 6 if he can get it. Get that point into Corrosive Haze. Once he has it, will be a huge asset to his team with the minus armor plus the vision. Raven so far is doing really well. Fnatic though, they are going to have to start putting some... They have to put their foot down right now. They need to do something because EE has been struggling in his lane. Lowest farming core outside of Sam H's Night Stalker, and they managed to find Tims. The crush does not land the split earth. Simple and easy, and Cuckoo just TVs in to take the haste route. Oh, that's a very cheeky play. Very cheeky play. Very lucky he didn't die there. If that was not a haste rune or an invis rune, he would have died. Armel's progress so far in the Shadow Fiend looking really good. If we just switch over to the net worth, it's 10 minutes in. Got the Shadow Fiend leading the net worth, followed by the Beastmaster. So Universe is doing pretty well in terms of farming himself, followed by Raven and Abed. But so far the charts are relatively even. The only difference is that it's Eternal Envy that's sitting at 3rd place here for Fnatic. Looks like Sam H, he should be dying here. He will drop. Cuckoo will not get stunned. So a nice setup there between Universe and Pilot Eye to get that kill off onto the Night Stalker. Managed to get the tower as well, benefiting the whole team. In particular, Eternal Envy. Looks like they tried to jump onto Raven. Not going to be successful. They want to turn onto the Zanking instead. They had a Dust available. The Burrow Strike will be there to stun up the Slaughter. But they killed off the PA. Pilot Eye coming in the nick of time to kill him off, but it looks like Tims, they want to try and cut them off because they have this they have the vision on DJ. The crush lands, and DJ will be dropping to this raise. Looks like they don't want to commit to Eternal Envy, so a bigger loss for TNC if they lose the PA. They didn't really want to lose Raven there, but The damage from Fnatic, it's a bit too much for the Phantom Assassin. But some good news here for Fnatic. The other two cores, the Beastmaster and the DK, they're getting their farm. Hopefully these two will be enough to buy some time here for EE. EE needs his farm on the CK. Nowhere near his armlet. So his contribution to the team fights is more or less just getting a stun off and then having the Reality Rift to provide minus armor for his whole team. Looks like Universe spotted out by Tims and Sam H. This is a very scary duo because they are very fast, and Cuckoo just comes in with the TP. Sprouters up. They get the Primal Roar off. He's a very quick hero too, but can they chase him down? They just get a Void off. He tried to TP out, so that's going to put Universe's TP on cooldown. Abed with the invisibility rune wants to kill off Armel, but they can't quite get the angle. They could try to bait this out if they wanted to, but they will finally show. That's going to be no surprises. Abed comes out of his invis, looking to buy his own Shadow Blade. If we look at the progress, Shadow Blade is going picked up by Abed. We have Armlet coming up onto Eternal Envy, and for Universe, what is Universe trying to build? A medallion. Yep, this is a medallion coming up onto Universe. TNC in the meantime, it looks like they want to build... So it's a Yule's pickup for Armel. For Raven, he wants to just finish up his Battle Fury, and Sam H, I'm guessing this is a Vanguard. Is this a Vanguard? It's not a Vanguard yet, but he will be able to get the ring from the side shop. Wait, the question is, can you get the ring from... I keep forgetting about this. Can you get this ring from the side shop? I have no idea. We'll find out. I'm pretty sure you can. You can get the Void Stone in the side shop. Looks like they find EE yet again. The TPs are going to start flying through. And it looks like the Night Stalker, Sam H, going to be caught between a lot of Fnatic heroes. Eternal Envy still sitting at half HP. They can't commit to Sam H. There's going to be an ultimate from Armel from the low ground. Abed's coming into the fight, but he's incredibly slow. Just gets a breathe fire off. Looks like DJ will drop. Abed incredibly low. Pilot Eye is not even here anymore. He's dead. Universe in the trees by himself. Gets the axles off. Is trying to get the kill. The dagger coming in from the low ground from Raven. And it looks like Abed, he just abandoned the fight. He said, I have zero contribution. He cannot do anything. Abed just came to the fight way too slowly. If he was going to come into the fight, he needed to TP under the tower. But TNC just overpopulating this top lane and saying, not enough resources, Fnatic. Not enough resources.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Looking at the gold graph so far, we have a 2k gold lead for TNC, so looking relatively strong. Gotta say, there was a slight lead for Fnatic at some point, which was really good news for Fnatic, as they really would love to have this early game lead at some point. But some of this pressure from TNC is just proving to be too much. Vanguard does get completed on Sam H. So for TNC, they will need to start worrying about Fnatic's mid-game presence. If they are fighting 5 versus 5, Fnatic will have a lot of things to work with to set up the kills and make it relatively easy to take heroes down. Lots of area damage, lots of disables. And Roshan already going to be attempted by TNC. They're going to keep Sam H in this middle lane to spot things out, but it seems that they're indecisive here. They just throw the vision onto Roshan. Get a couple of hits in, back up. They say, guys, let's just finish farming up on the PA first. Even PA's gone for Vanguard. Okay. Okay, this is a very cool build up coming out from Raven. Just going for this early game sustainability. Also prevent some of the damage coming through. This is also very helpful towards all of the melee heroes on the side of Fnatic. If Abed is not in dragon form, a lot of his damage is going to be mitigated. Even DJ on the Sand King not going to appreciate the Vanguard at all. Yours is completed finally on Armel, so he's going to start getting some of those Yule's Requiem combos.
Radiant's middle tower is
Now mind you, this 1 to 2k gold lead by TNC, this is not the end of the world for Fnatic. They can definitely turn this around. But they need a contingency plan so far, because in most cases when you're running a CK, your CK is your contingency plan. But with how Eternal Envy has been treated this game, he has just been thrown around like a piece of rubbish, a kicked can, and his impact on the game so far has been rather lackluster. But this is just the nature of CK in general. CK as a hero does not function well if he is behind in terms of farm. He really needs to make some sort of a comeback. And if they can make one team fight happen where Eternal Envy is able to absorb a lot of the gold, it will help the Chaos Knight out in terms of recovering, getting those items, and transitioning back into the monster that he should be. Looks like DJ going to be the one to run into this whole party. Going to try and Burrow Strike out, but they get the vision from Tims, and Cuckoo just comes in with the TP. He just gets destroyed. Destroyed, shipped to Thailand. Someone's going to enjoy him. Got some open space here for EE as TNC moves in as a
Radiant's
group.
middle tower is under attack.
The way that TNC are moving, they're just moving around like a school of tuna. Just bullying Fnatic out of every single lane that they're in. And Fnatic in a very defensive posture right now. Every time they see TNC, they just decide to back up. They back up, they farm up somewhere else. They try to avoid the fights while they make their recovery. But the recovery is going to be a long and slow journey unless they can do something about it. And taking towers down, step in the right direction here for them as they are running a Beastmaster. So this tower gold is going to be one of the saving graces here for EE. It looks like Roche is going to be attempted by TNC. We've got some TPs flying through as EE comes into the middle lane. Everyone on Fnatic, they are converging in onto this Roche pit. They do know this is happening. And this Roche attempt is very slow for TNC. They're just not strong enough to take it down yet. PA, not strong enough. Going to have to start grabbing some more items before they can really think about taking the big boy down. Do they have a medallion? Yeah, they have a medallion, so minus armor plus a medallion, and Roche is still too strong. He's a big boy. Oh, Blink Dagger finished up on the Shadow Fiend. Now this is when things get a little bit tricky here for Fnatic, because suddenly someone's going to be blown up in these fights. Now they have an abundance of disables to cancel the Requiem, but if they don't disable that Requiem, they're going to be able to burst someone from 100 to 0 with this. EE is very vulnerable to getting 100 to 0 by the Shadow Fiend. So is Universe. All cores, every single hero on Fnatic is going to be very vulnerable to Armel right now. So as long as they can avoid the Requiem combo, they should be okay. But as of now, Pilot Eye is going to be in a very sad spot because he could be the one intercepted by this hunting party, and Pilot Eye died. Oh boy, that was painful. Oh look, they found Abed as well. Oh man, the Sprout gonna whiff. Even TP in the whole team to make sure that Abed was okay. They managed to take a tower trade instead. So TNC, they failed to get a hero. They grab a tower instead, but Fnatic, are they thinking about going into fighting this because they have a Blink Dagger on DJ? They have a couple of item pickups that are quite impressive on the side of Fnatic. Armlet was picked up by EE a while ago. Blink on DJ, Shadowblade on Abed, and they finally finished the helm with the Dominator onto Universe as well. So their items, they're starting to accumulate items, but they need to start worrying about Armel, because Armel he's farming. He's doing what a Shadow Fiend does best. He's Shadow Fiending his way through this jungle, farming up all this gold. Oh, Cuckoo almost TP'd through. Doesn't fully commit. Armel though, he's getting some pings, and this is from DJ. Blinks while Barsh with the blink! The blink! The blink was too fast! Armel! Who are you? Gets hit with the Dragon Tail by Abed though. Stun from Pilot Eye, Universe as well. Primal Roar, 3 disables. They do kill him off though. So this vision coming up from Fnatic pays off in dividends as they kill off a massive hero on TNC. But that blink reaction from Armel was incredible. That was an incredible blink.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Tower gets taken down. Looks like for now, because they feel more confident that Armel is off the table, Fnatic are going to start pushing down these towers. Now TNC, what is their plan now? Because they've got heroes all over the map. They have TPs available. It looks like they're just going to give the towers away.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So TNC making a couple of risky plays, just giving away some of these items. It looks like they do decide to go for the Deso, and it's on Raven. was wondering if he would go for a different item choice. He was going for the Battle Fury, but it seems to me, TNC, they've just decided, let's turn this around. We are going to go for the massive minus armor strat. So, Medallion, Solar Crest. Is the Solar Crest complete or is it still Medallion? It's still a Medallion, so it's not going to be a Solar Crest for a while. But someone's going to die tonight. That's the best way to put it. Someone is going to die tonight. And they almost managed to catch up the Nature's Prophet. It's going to be okay though, but let's see if they find anyone with this. They will find Universe on the high ground. Dagger is there and he just melts. Just reminded me of that scene from the old Roger Rabbit movie where the guy just melts in all the acid. It's basically what happened to Universe. He just melted. And now it looks like it's first time. Look at all that minus armor. Minus 21 armor from TNC. As long as I can get all the minus armor up, this should be a very, very easy Roshan. Now, Fnatic, they are grouped up around this, but do they want to try and contest this Roshan? I know DJ wanted to get into a position to blink in the Barostroke. Steel managed to get caught out though, so he had to force the blink out. And it's going to be Raven with this Aegis on this PA. He is a force to be reckoned with right now. Raven with this Desolator and a Vanguard. Not only is he going to be hitting very hard, he's got some natural built tank inside. And Abed. Oh, it's caught with the Yules. There's the Requiem combo. Oh boy. That looked like it hurt a lot. And they're going to go for this tower next as well. These towers are not going to live for very long. Everyone on Fnatic, they're just trying to get themselves out of there. And this recovery from EE, it's very slow. He is still his third most farmed hero on his team. They really needed him to recover. He has got a couple of items to make him, you could say, slightly more relevant. You have the Echo Saber, you've got the Armor of Mortigan, 13 seconds on the Phantasm. So if there's a high ground push coming out from TNC right now, this is a good time for Fnatic to defend because they have most of their ultimates ready. They will have it in 3 seconds. This is really not a good place to be if you're Fnatic. Their heroes... It's not really the network problem here that's really keeping Fnatic back. It's the fact that their heroes... They cannot move around the map. They keep getting picked off left, right, and center. They can't deal with TNC's armor strat. The only one that can really offset some of this armor is going to be Abed, but even then, Abed's not building armor. If I was not mistaken, it was minus 21 armor on the Roshan. So if all of that minus armor gets applied onto Abed, he's going to have... Is it? So he'll have 1 armor. 1 armor as a DK. That is not a lot of armor to work with. This is one of the niches of running a DK. You build a DK because you want to build the armor, but TNC, they picked all this minus armor early. They said, okay guys, we're running minus armor. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I'm going to try and catch Abed here. They managed to miss the Sprout. So Abed gets out safely. But every single time, they just keep getting ganked. Everyone has to run away. Everyone on Fnatic, they're just trying to skitter away in this top lane. Just TPs out. TPs everywhere. Fnatic, they're getting choked out. They are getting choked out. If I take a look at the level discrepancy right now, not looking too good. It's actually not as bad as you would think it is on the side of Fnatic. You would think that they would have been choked out completely. They are somehow maintaining their levels, even though they are starting to kind of group up, try and get their farm. But if anything, maybe something to comment on would be the fact that TNC have been the ones to group up a lot more than Fnatic. They have been grouping up because most of their kills require 2 to 3 heroes to function together. Oh, is this a fresh BKB? It's a fresh BKB. Armel Shadow Fiend is spiraling out of control. This Primal Roar has to go on the Shadow Fiend now. You do not Primal Roar the Shadow Fiend, he's going to get the Requiem off. He gets the Requiem off. All of this physical damage on the side of Fnatic is going to disappear. Looks like they managed to find the Slaughter. So Tim's gets sliced up into sushi. I hope Fnatic like those. And it looks like they managed to find Cuckoo as well. That was with the help of Pylai Die. So 2 heroes on TNC getting picked off. Very good smoke up for Fnatic, catching TNC with their pants down. We'll give them some time to farm. Sam H looking to go tankier and tankier this game. He will have Abed running into the picture. They were trying to get Universe in there as well. Just gets a breathe fire and runs away. That hurt. That hurt a lot. DJ still managing to find his farm though. If he can finish up this Veil of Discord, that's going to prove to be very helpful towards his team. Will amplify Pai's damage, amplify the damage of himself with his epicenter. DK will appreciate the damage as well. But they're going to need a lot more than this to make this return. And BKB is slightly coming up onto Eternal Envy, so we do have a glimmer of hope here for Fnatic. They're just keeping on par with TNC, which is the good news. At least Fnatic, they're able to stay in touch with the farm. They're getting choked out a little bit. Yeah, they're getting killed off every now and again. But I guess one thing we should probably say is that TNC, have they maybe missed a couple of opportunities to capitalize on these towers? Are they're waiting for Roche yet again? But I don't know. The Aegis is still on Raven, unless they were just waiting. Pilot are going to try and go for another solo kill onto Cuckoo with his Glassrack. But if he comes out now, he is going to die. There are a lot of heroes here, and Pilot doesn't know this. No way to cancel the TP. He's going to get out safely. So, luckily for him, he's going to be A-OK. Did not get Cuckoo, however, but does reveal where the Night Stalker is if he had the vision.
Good remains.
And TNC unable to find anything on Fnatic. Gotta say, Fnatic doing a really good job at dodging these fights. They've been able to dodge these fights for a few minutes now, and it's really paying off. But the Blink Dagger is completed on Tim's. So now we've got another form of initiation on TNC. It's no longer the TP sprouts from Cuckoo. It's now going to be the Blink Crushes from Tim's. We've got Cuckoo sitting in the back here. Very smart play from TNC. Just anticipating that someone may come in for the defense. But Fnatic, they've grouped up. They're going to head towards the bottom lane. They're saying, okay, we are going to find our own objectives. We are going to push bottom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And let's not underestimate the pushing capabilities of Fnatic as well. They've got lots of push on their side as well. So Cuckoo going to push very, very heavily with his team. Tower goes down. They all know TNC is here now. We should see some TPs start to fly through for Fnatic, because if they don't, this tower is going to start taking critical amounts of damage. BKB completed on the DK. It looks like they're just going to feint it. They go through, they hit the tower a few times, they leave. Oh, they're smoke backing. They are smoke backing. They want to kill someone. Now, if they follow this route, they will only find Pylite Eye. Or if they're lucky, if Eternal Envy or Abed runs down that middle lane, someone is dying tonight. Someone will die tonight. That is basically what may happen. So they know where some of these heroes are. They see them sitting inside the base. Still smoked up. They're still waiting. But they've got no vision around here. If they put an observer ward down in this location, they would have spotted out the movement from Universe and Abed. Looks like they won't find anything. And head back towards that lane. Looks like bottom. DJ running into Cuckoo. Will TP out. Oh, the crush is there from Tim's. So DJ, you ain't going home anytime soon, buddy. He's going to be taken down.
You've gone green, I see.
He's still farming away. Runs into a tree. Runs in the opposite direction. Gonna run back into lane. His net worth is just creeping up higher and higher for this PA and Shadow Fiend. Very top heavy on the side of TNC, whereas for Fnatic, a little more well-rounded between the three of their cores. They haven't really been prioritizing much farm onto Sam H. It's a Night Stalker. You don't really expect a Night Stalker to get that much farm. So for the fact that Sam H is able to get this much, he's a very tanky Night Stalker. Will be able to sit in the front lines. TP out by Eternal Envy. Leaves his dog behind. So he may want to claim that back or just get a new dog. Alpha Wolf. And if someone goes here, they could kill it, but I guess no one really cares about the Alpha Wolf. Oh, okay, I think okay. Raven found it. Raven found the wolf. I heard that, Jagger. So for now, we have a game of cat and mouse for both teams as Fnatic desperately trying to make this recovery. TNC in the meantime wanting to look for fights, but they've been unsuccessfully ganking. They've been outmaneuvered by Fnatic so far. And if it continues on like this, Fnatic, they're not in a completely bad spot. They win one team fight, or they're able to bring this late game with a lot of their cores with farm. They're going to be okay, but here we go. Sam H going to start off onto Abed. Dust gets popped. They do have TPs in. DJ going to come in from the backside. He wants to go for the epicenter. Will get it onto 2 people, and the damage distributing between the Slaughter and onto Sam H. Sam H is tanky, but Armel comes in from the backside, gets directly a off. Will not do too much to Abed because BKB was popped. BKB now going to be on cooldown. CK coming in onto the squishier supports. Cuckoo going to be destroyed by the CK. It's going to be 2 for 1 so far. They're still on the run. Raven gonna have to rely on Sam H for his escape. Gets a haste rune as well. And that's gonna be it. It's 2 for 1. It could have been a lot worse here for TNC. But for Fnatic, a very successful win as they get 800 gold out of that fight. Although the other gold managed to go into Armel's pockets. And that's gonna be them trying to go for the Roche themselves. Now, is there any response from TNC? I guess not. They're all too spread out, nowhere near the Roche pit. And this is going to be a pretty big victory for Fnatic. Not only do they win that team fight, they lose no major cores. They get the Roshan. This is really good news here for Fnatic. Now suddenly, Aegis Cheese, I believe Cheese is on Abed. Yes, it's on Abed. So now, this single target strat coming out from TNC, it's slowly starting to fall off. This minus armor is no longer good enough. The BKBs are going to be much more important now simply because we saw the power of DJ with his epicenter blink burrow strike. Managed to hit 2 targets, just killed off the Slaughter. Don't really expect Slaughter to be able to pick up his BKB anytime soon, but it almost killed off the Night Stalker as well. Night Stalker is really tanky. So this AoE team fight for Fnatic is going to start paying off. And until TNC can do something about this, they need to get control back. And so far, the control, it's equal. No one is afraid of the map. Fnatic, they're confident, moving around with Pi, Abed, and EE. I have no idea what's happening with Infinite there, but they're moving around together. TNC, do they do anything about this? There's a ward on the high ground. This is a dire observer ward, so Fnatic know where Armel is. Sam H is here. It looks like they're going to avoid that. Instead, going to go for a much easier target. Wants to go onto Tim's. Now this DK has got Frost Breath. Oh, the Crush will still land and he will run away. No, gets pulled back by EE. Will land onto the high ground. They made a mistake. No full commitment by TNC, so they're not going onto the low ground. Looks like for now, it's going to be Fnatic pushing up high. They're playing super aggressive. Nighttime gets deployed. Now they are a bit worried. Lotus Orb already used up onto Abed, so this will go on cooldown for a short duration of time. Dagger gets thrown out. They're going to go straight onto this DK 4-staff. Is there? They get the pull off onto the Slaughter. Oh my gosh. EE just eats him up. That's going to be 1 down for TNC. These illusions from EE are very deadly. Very, very deadly. He just gets 1 pull off. They don't know where the illusions are. They can simply throw daggers and just see how things go. Armel getting a raise off. They do buy back on the Slaughter. They're going to have to start getting away now. Dagger gets thrown out. I don't believe it was on the real one, but they now finally see this real CK. Gets all of his armor taken off. The Slaughter going to be stunned up by Abed. Yet again, the Primal Roar onto the Slaughter. Again, E turning around onto Sam H. He's a tanky Night Stalker. He won't be able to get out. The Slaughter will get taken down. Also, the Night Stalker. Abed is going to try and fight this through. Eats his cheese. Gets the stun off onto Raven at last. The BKB duration just expires. Will jump out. The Burrow Strike doesn't land onto anyone of value. Paladin trying to commit onto this PA will not get him. Gets sprouted. It doesn't matter. This Night Stalker getting stunned up yet again. CK reviving Eternal NB with Abed. Going to be able to take down Sam H. And now TNC, they're huddled up in their base. They're going to lose. Armel here gets taken down. The Raven coming in to save the day. Kills off DJ. But that's it. Can they get anything else out of this? He's simply throwing daggers. He's getting the stuns off, but they're just not getting the damage that they need. And they're going to try and go for more. And there's no buybacks on the side of TNC. Is the game simply over after 1 mishap team fight? And it wasn't even a major team fight. It was off the fact that Fnatic, they managed to keep their farm, bide their time, abuse the fact that they win a fight, they can push like no tomorrow.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's bottom tower.
1 team fight, 2 sets of Raxes. This is the story of Fnatic.
Radiant's bottom
and suddenly, this top heavy lineup coming out from TNC. severely crippled. They still maintain the top net worth, but Raven, just not the powerhouse that he wants to be. Armel has to play on the edge of the fight 90% of the time, just too worried about getting pulled in by the CK. And level 20, Reality Rift is gonna start piercing BKB. So all of a sudden, these BKBs on the side of TNC is not going to matter when Eternal Envy is going to start reeling people in towards his team. Seems that at TNC, they may have met their match. They are still farming. They will be able to group up still. Can they find any openings? This is the question. They can no longer simply fight 5 into Fnatic. They will need to try and go for small pickoffs, abuse the map, maybe even try and play a similar style to Fnatic the other day and try and go for this very, very split push oriented lineup. Just push the lanes, try and take fights elsewhere. Level 20 Leshrac, when? When? Their heroes... This is a very lopsided lineup. Level 17 Universe, level 20 Leshrac. Pilot is farming like a madman on this hero. It's got evasion. They're gonna try and go for a wrap here. Oh, they spot Pi. They're gonna take him down in a jiffy. Abez with the double damage rune. Who is he going to look for? Is he going to go for the stun there onto Armel? He gets a hit with the stun. Abyssal as well. But the Burrow Strike combo coming out from DJ is just too strong. BKBs get thrown up left, right, and center. But Cuckoo gets destroyed by the Horsemen of Chaos. And it looks like TNC destroyed after killing a simple Leshrac. A simple Leshrac. And 4 heroes die. And their base is in shambles as well. It's a GG from TNC. Game 1's going to go to Fnatic. They played that so well. They played the game very slow, avoiding fights as much as they could. TNC, they just could not find what they were looking for. TNC were looking for kills, looking for ganks, looking to get objectives off of these kills. Could not find anyone. Just outmaneuvered left, right, and center. So we got a 1-game advantage for Fnatic. TNC though, they're gonna have to start catching up because that was not an easy game.